Capello to be the rider to just bring things back again. So a big move here. Germany still got many riders up there. Well, the last time an Italian won this championship was last year, of course, with Lorenzo Finn, and before that it was Diego Ulissi in 2007. Italy have always ridden well in this championship, having won the very first one. Martinelli has also taken a silver medal, Rastelli has taken a silver, Gazzoli has taken a bronze. Now Germany start to move pretty rapidly. Emil Herzog of Germany was the winner in 2022. So a big acceleration now at the front. Germany trying to get into the ascendancy. This does look like Herzog. Emil Herzog was the winner, of course, before. That was his brother. Looks to me like Carl Herzog just trying to go away and catch Harry Hudson at the front. Group of riders splitting off the front of the peloton now. What a decimated peloton we've had. 141 riders started this race. 2 laps of racing to go. Harry Hudson goes through with an average speed of 40.762, so the average speed is accelerated again. And here's the peloton. Belgium look like they're not prepared to do any more work at the front of the race. Great Britain are blocking it as well. They're quite happy with Great Britain being up the road. And Harry Hudson now 45 seconds. Herzog caught by the peloton on the run up there. More counter-attacks. Sitting right on the back of the group for the Netherlands is Michael Maurice. Just sat there. So now we have a total of 35 riders in contention. Oh, and a crash in the feed. This looks like Hincapie. No, it's Braden Wright actually who's hit the deck here. Braden Wright hits the deck quite heavily. Gets himself going now. I need a bike. Looks like he needs a bike change, he says. So Braden Wright, he's been riding really well in this race. But riders are getting tired now, and in the feed there's always more issues. So the race situation, if you're just joining us now, at the front is Harry Hudson. He has an advantage of 45 seconds. This is the moment of that crash. Just trying to grab a bottle. It's chaos. Ice, gels, bottles, bike riders. There's our average speeds of the race. Hasn't relented much at all throughout the entire morning. We're at 10:15, and this young rider is is growing his leads. Faces on some of these riders, they know they're in an absolute battle for this world title, and whoever wins this is a very well-deserved victor. Now Italy, up the tempo again. Riders sprinting to try and get in the wheels, get in the slipstream, be involved in the action. Germany go through to the front, the Netherlands also there. Netherlands suddenly have got two riders in the right move. Sweden are represented in that move as well. This is Harry Hudson, 39 seconds. Shoulders left and right. 119.3 kilometres this race today. Not the longest junior world road race we've seen, but it's not about the distance, it's about the quality of the performance of these riders, because on this circuit, averaging over 40 kilometres an hour, nearly 41, is pretty exceptional. And they have ridden this race since every lap is the last. There's a little screen on the right. This is where we are as we progress our way towards Kigali Golf for the penultimate time. Let's just run through some of the riders who are still in this peloton now, just to give you an idea of the sort of representation. Herzog of Germany, his brothers won this title before. Benjamin Noval is there. Stefan Kirkova, the Belgian rider who won a medal the other day. Also in here, Agostino of Italy. Max Gould of Australia still there. Jakovic of Poland is there. Gies Schoenvelder of the Netherlands. Cisneros of Mexico is still there. Josh Johnson of South Africa still there. Costa Rica still have Castro in that group of riders. Michael Maurice. Nahom Ephraim of Eritrea is still in that main group of riders. 35 riders in contention. The Namibian Roger Surin leads the group at 105. But it's down to this front group of riders as to who's going to win this title. America have got Ashton Barry, Beckham Drake, and Braden Rice if he gets back in. Canada have got Ben Moran. France are still represented with Johan Blanc, Son Rouge. So there's still many representatives of different nations. Max Gould, I think, is the solo. No, Lucas Stevenson is also there for Australia, so they've got two riders in there too, and they're staying calm and staying out of trouble, which is potentially the right thing to do with so much going on. We're inside the final 25 kilometres of this junior men's road race, and still we don't know who's going to take the victory. We're starting to see nations we haven't mentioned too much up at the front of the race. Still many riders sitting in the group. Italy now starting to cause some problems. And another rider trying to go away. Looks Looks like Dan Dickman of the Netherlands at the front. And Dijkman, 17 years of age. This gap is coming down very, very quickly despite the efforts of Harry Hudson, but he's doing a good job for his team, bearing in mind he's still got two other riders in there. So Great Britain don't have to chase. Max Hines doesn't have to do anything. Dylan Sage, I think he's on his bit of his last legs, but you just never know, do you? But Hines has had a good race so far. So Dijkman is there, and it's Agostinaccio who is on the move. Max Hines of Great Britain is sitting in here. He's a member of the Fensham House team, which is the team, one of the feeder teams for some of the pro teams. They've always got very good junior riders. Heading our way then towards this climb for the penultimate time. It feels like the roads are fast and flat at this section, but they're not. You start to really feel the gradient. We get to the bottom of Kigali Golf at 21.8 kilometres of racing to go. And a long thread of riders rearing behind. Ashlyn Barry is the American rider in that yellow helmet. He's been suffering, but now he goes to the front again. Riders are kind of ebbing and flowing in how they feel during this race. And now Ashlyn Barry decides it's time to go. Checks over his shoulder, flicks the elbow. Only 16 seconds is the gap. Ashlyn Barry, who, as you can see from that yellow helmet, in the Visma Lisa bike development team. Suddenly everybody looks at each other again. Big attack from France. Johan Blanc tries to go. Real squeeze of that pressure on the legs. You could see it was hurting. And Harry Hudson continues with his effort at the front. And he looks around, checks over his shoulder, slightly downhill here, and he realizes that this peloton is coming quick. Just has a little micro rest, lets the legs just turn over a little bit. So Johan Blanc on the attack, on the move again for France as he wants to try and get across to Hudson. Two more riders going. One of them looks like the South African in the green colours. Hudson trying to get himself to the top of Kigali Golf for the penultimate time. He'll reach the top with 21 kilometres to go. Johan Blanc stretching this race. Josh Johnson trying to come across, but looks like the legs are really faltering now, having made his move. Johan Blanc has always been in the structure of the Groupama FDJ squad. Checks over his shoulder. A number of different nations are represented. Spain are there on the left-hand side. We're just hearing a number of riders now being distanced, including the two Americans, Ashlyn Barry and Beckham Drake. They are dropped from that group of riders as we make our way up Kigali Gulf. It's not the first time Ashlyn Barry's been dropped, though. He's come back a number of times. Harry Hudson checked over his shoulder. I think he feels like he's still got good legs, and if he can get riders to come across, then it would be a good move for him. Well, who do you think's going to win? Last time round we had 35 riders in contention for this race. If you'd like to let us know at UCI_cycling, at Ant McCrossan, who's going to take the victory. What do you think of the race? For me, what an attritional race. We were promised this. Maybe we thought that we'd just have a peloton racing and then riders going out the back. That has not been the case today. It has been all about the dynamicism of the likes of the USA, of Great Britain and others. The moves of the Bulgarian rider, Nicholas van der Merwe. He just rode such a great race until he got cramp. The moves of the Swiss rider earlier on in today's race as he went away so early to try and build his advantage. We've seen so many nations try to win this title, and yet we still don't know who is going to be ultimately the person who takes it. We've seen Loic Schertenlieb on the attack. We've seen moves of different nations. We've seen the Poles try to go. South Africa, Josh Johnson just tried to attack. Beckham Drake was the main animator of this race. Maybe went a little bit too early. But we're coming up now to the sound that the riders will have wanted to hear. And we're going to hear the bell very soon in this race. Harry Hudson still in the lead by 17 seconds. Are we going to see some big shifts over the top of the cobbles this time? Two more riders just in the gap. Well, it's Capello who's on the move now, and Cubillas of Spain. These two riders joining up together to try and go away and get to the leader. This could be good news for Hudson. Capello in that blue jersey of Italy. He's been very strong today. He's looked good. Peloton now at 31 seconds. The gap grows a little bit. Conversation between the Spaniard and the Italian. They'll kind of understand each other. Hudson just checking the shoes, ready for the cobbles. He's still obviously very coherent and focused on the job in hand. Even when the gap drops significantly, he has refused to give in. Hear the wind whistling through the camera mic at the moment as we go very fast downhill. Capello, Cubillas at the back. Javier Cubillas comes from Villarreal in Spain, 18 years of age. He's won a few races this season as well. Predominantly been racing in the last couple of months in Spain. But he also rode this year in Belgium, in France. He rode Paris-Roubaix Junior and other races. rides for the back Movistar team. Harry Hudson, for the penultimate time, is onto the cobbles. This is Kimura. There's the gradient on the right. If you've just joined us now for the very first time, this is the cobbled climb that features in all of the races. It is an absolute bone shaker. Kubias trying to get across to the British rider. Capello just sitting a couple of lengths behind. And they can almost see the British rider just in front of them now. Harry Hudson, funded by the Dave Rayner Fund, which is a well-known foundation in the UK. It was named after Dave Rayner, a former professional bike rider who was killed in an incident in a nightclub in Yorkshire one night in the winter season. And his family decided that rather than just sit back, they decided to set up a foundation called the Rayner Fund, where it's now known as the Rayner Foundation, where they tried to fund young riders' dreams of making their way to Europe and to become professional bike riders. And they have funded so many bike riders, the likes of Adam Yates, Dan Martin. Harry Hudson is one of the current ones. It's incredible how many riders they've helped. Just that little bit of funding that made the difference between continuing their dream or coming home. That's the difference the Rayner Fund has made. Just hearing that the Italian Nagasanakio has been dropped. So as Harry Hudson continues, as the alumni of the Dave Rayner Fund, other riders include David Miller, Charlie Wegelius, Matt Brameyer, who's the coach here of the Great Britain team. Nicky Brameyer, of course, one of the top cyclocross riders in the world, Dan Lloyd, and many, many others. Harry Hudson continues to push. He's going to come to the top of the cobbles, still with a lead intact, and he's growing it on this peloton. 39.40 seconds. The French team have decided they need to do something about this. So it's Hudson ahead of Kubias and Capello. The peloton in the background. It's just a question of who has the legs, who has something left that can try and win this title. It needs a team to throw everything at this who are not represented in the front. The likes of France, the likes of the Netherlands, Germany. But there's also not many riders left with multiple riders. Now we get Australia starting to up the pace. They, I think, have got 2 riders left in here. Eritrea have 1 rider still in the mix. So Australia starting to up the move and bring this race back together if they possibly can. They've decided that it's time. 45 seconds to the peloton. One kilometre to go until we get the bell. first run in 1975. This next edition of this World Championship Junior Road Race is coming to its conclusion. This is our solo leader. He's had a wonderful ride today. Harry Hudson of Great Britain, as he checks over his shoulder. There is nobody there yet. That's going to give him renewed energy after 2.5 hours of racing across this incredible course. The last lap, the bell goes. Hudson is the solo leader. The chasers, let's see what the gap is going to be to them. Capello and his compatriot Kubias in this breakaway. Behind them, the peloton is firing. Hudson is going to have a gap of what, maybe 30 seconds, maybe a little bit more. His average speed has not changed. 40.792. He's actually up the average speed on that lap. 1 lap of racing to go for the duo who chase. 34 seconds. The peloton is now coming across the line at 40. It's still anybody's race. Going across the line in the front, Johan Blanc, Benjamin Noval, Matthew Peace, Jan Jakovic, Carl Herzog is still there, Max Hines. Also near the front for Australia, Max Gould and Lucas Stevenson. Ashlyn Barry has fought his way back into the peloton. Dan Dijkman of the Netherlands, Nahom Ephraim of Eritrea. Also in there is Calderon. Dylan Sage is still there. He's got himself back in and just dropped his Michael Maurice, the Dutchman. 28 riders now fighting for these World Championship medals. So all that remains is the terrain that includes Kigali Golf and Kimihurura for the final time. The faces on the peloton show that this race has been so tough.
Volkswagen, the official mobility.
So the average speed of that lap, 41 kilometers an hour. He's picked up the average speed to 40.792. Harry Hudson, 28 seconds, still with this urgent style. Rocking and rolling a little bit, just checks across. 50 kilometers an hour he's almost at as he tries to get every last little bit of juice out of those legs. This is full commitment. He's got 13 kilometers of riding to win this world title, and behind him the two chasers look to me like they are losing heart and losing motivation. They don't have the same urgency, they don't have the same push that they had before. Capello goes back through to the front. The peloton is lined out. There are little groups of riders firing off the front. In this World Championship, Great Britain have only won a silver medal in the entire history of the event. It was Sebastian Grindley last year. So since 1975, Great Britain have not produced a winner, and they've only had one rider on the podium. This rider is pushing and pushing hard. 43 seconds, riding like his life depends on it right now. Hudson is out the saddle again. He's a junior national hill climb champion as well, Harry Hudson. He comes from Sheffield in the UK, in the north of England. Can this rider bring this home? Well, right now he's got 43 seconds. He did his exams. He's been in France pretty much. He rode Cantabria in Spain. This rider has won some big junior races. He rode very well in France in Val-Rome, which is like, some people liken it to a junior Tour de France. .43 seconds. This rider has won races solo before. There's a very well-known race in the UK called the Sequel Classic, which is an on and off road event where you ride kind of unmade roads, a little bit like Trobro-Leon or Paris Tour. And he soloed that 40 kilometers and won it. This rider has been known to do this before. He's a tough bike rider. If you know the terrain around Sheffield, you have to be a tough bike rider. 10.2 kilometers to go. Harry Hudson is still on his own. 18 seconds to the chasers. 45 seconds to the peloton now. And this British youngster right now is almost at the base of the final climb, the final climbs of the day. At 6.7 kilometers, he reaches Kigali Gulf. You can see he's tired. You can see how much effort he's putting in. The bike is moving around, the shoulders are moving around, but he still has great momentum. He broke away. Oh, it was a long time out, wasn't it? What, 35 kilometers to go, I suppose, maybe even further. Hudson went. But right now, the peloton need to start to worry. Hudson still with 24 seconds on these chasers. .36 kilometers he went away, Hudson. .24 seconds, 46 to the peloton. He's a good climber, and that could help him, as we know, on these final rises. It's been an incredible effort. He's still got teammates behind him who are still in the peloton, and they could start to block and cause problems for everybody else. I'm sure his Harrogate Nova Club are absolutely going wild right now. This rider is still solo. The peloton we haven't seen for a little while are at 39 seconds. Now we get a bit more urgency from Capello and the Spanish rider who's with him, Cubillas. They lean it into the right-hander, 19 seconds. Need to move that motorbike to the back of that chase, because it shouldn't be in the front, because it's helping that chase way too much. .18 seconds. And for sure this motorbike needs to be behind these two riders. Should not be at the front in a chase like this in a World Championship. 31 seconds to a long stretched peloton now. They look over their shoulders. And now there is an acceleration from behind. 7.5 kilometers of racing to go. So he's almost now at the bottom of Kigali Gulf with a lead of 30 seconds. But you can lose a minute on the final climb. Another big attack from one rider behind. I'm just seeing coming round that corner. And it looks to me like more of the Spanish riders getting interested. The chase is at 18, 19, 7 kilometers to go. Hudson gets a little micro rest, just wipes his eyes a little, wipes some sweat off him, eases himself into the next turn. He's at the bottom of Kigali Gulf for the final time in this World Championship. Hudson now needs to give this full acceleration, full gas, and go the fastest he's ever been up here. 14% at the bottom, and he makes short work of it. This is a magnificent effort from this young British rider to try and give them their first ever gold medal in a Junior World Championships for men. 18 seconds to the chasers. And here come the peloton. And the peloton is led now by Ashlyn Barry. Behind, Spain are now represented. Benjamin Noval is trying to come across. So Noval attacks and attacks hard. Comes up to his teammate, and now we're starting to see some moves. So it is Noval and Herzog who make the move. Well, Noval, one of the race favourites. 10% the gradient. He's making Herzog work hard. Is this gap right? 18 seconds. France are represented. It's getting tight in here for everybody, isn't it? They swing across the road. Only 6 kilometers remain, and Noval is ripping his way up this climb. And he's getting rid of everybody. And now there's only 2 Spanish riders left behind. It is Cubillas and his teammate. And one French rider coming across now, and that looks like Johan Blanc. They flick the elbow. 180 meters to go to the top of the climb. Is this the move? Over the top of the climb for Hudson. Now he needs to really fire his way down this next section to the cobbles. He'll reach the bottom of the cobbles at 2.4 kilometers to go. Gets a bottle, pours it over his neck, tries to cool himself down. That's the final bottle of the day. Now he needs to concentrate. Now he needs to give himself every single opportunity. The 2 Spanish riders, are they going to work together or are they not? Noval asks Cubillas, help me out here. And this motorbike definitely should be behind these riders. Cubillas and Noval with Johan Blanc. 15 seconds now. Noval's asked Cubillas, I think, if he can just empty the tank and give him as much as he can. Noval goes through. Johan Blanc is in the wheel. 13 seconds, we're being told, is the gap. Noval accelerates again. He wants this gold medal at 16 years of age. They go through and past the soigneurs again for the final time. Noval is getting animated and getting annoyed. Wants Blanc to ride, but Blanc has been attacking all day today. So the race situation now, Harry Hudson. Behind him is Cubillas, Noval of Spain, and Johan Blanc of France. 2.5 kilometers to the bottom of the cobbles as Noval attacks solo now. 30 seconds to the peloton. Noval really ramps it up now. Benjamin Noval going for glory. Johan Blanc trying to give France something here. We're not far from the cobbles. 2.2 kilometers to go to the final climb. And Johan Blanc right on the back. Noval looks around. Are these two riders going to ride together? Harry Hudson is still solo. 15 seconds is the gap. This is what we'll call the peloton. All that's left. Italy are represented. Eritrea are represented. Is someone going to give this full gas over the top of the final climb and clinch this gold medal from nowhere? So the race situation, Hudson leads from Noval, from Blanc. Cubillas is in the gap and then a group of 14 riders behind. The peloton is at 30. Hudson has refused to relent since he went on the attack. He's got 3.5 kilometers. Most of it is a very painful uphill. Oh, and Noval crashes. Benjamin Noval hits the deck. Game over. Oh, the dreams of gold have gone. What an end to this race. Hudson now 600 meters from the cobbles and the final test. The final test of this race. I cannot believe that Benjamin Noval has hit the deck. An incredible end to this World Championship road race. Noval looked like he was the rider who may well be able to carry himself across to the cobbles and take Harry Hudson's lead back. Hudson turns left. He'll look. He'll start to feel any moment now the rumble of the cobbles, and all he will have to do is keep the power and keep the momentum. We don't know what the time gap is right now. Has he got the legs to carry himself to this final tarmac section and then the run up to the top? 10 seconds now for Hudson. This gap is diminishing quickly to Johan Blanc of France. 30 seconds now to the peloton. Can Johan Blanc of France close the gap on this British rider? Hudson has been on the attack now for 34 kilometers. There is Johan Blanc. This rider has been superb today as well. You have to admire the way he's taken this race on. We've seen him on the move many times. He sees Hudson in front of him. He's got someone to chase. Hudson checks over his shoulder. 1,000 meters now to go to the top of the cobbles, and it's a battle royal between France and between Great Britain. Hudson, the shoulders, left, right, every single pedal rev counts now for both these riders. The peloton is drifting away. Blanc cannot close this gap yet. It's still he turns around to see where everybody is. Cubillas is at 27 seconds and Hudson is still pushing on. One more rider trying to come across behind Blanc, and it looks to me like it is the Polish rider in the background, Jan Jakowiak. Can he get himself there? He is the rider in the ascendancy now behind. 800 meters to the top of the cobbles. Harry Hudson from Sheffield and Great Britain must be on his absolute limit right now. Behind is Blanc. Then it is the Polish rider, Jan Jakovic. He is coming across. This has been an exceptional bike race. Johan Blanc is in all sorts of pain. Hudson believes. He's still got 16 seconds on Blanc. He has 25 seconds on Jakovic. 1.5 kilometers remain. You can lose 30 seconds on the final rise. The Polish rider comes across now to the wheel of Johan Blanc. The 17-year-old Polish rider who has been sick until the lead into this race. Hudson, there he is in front. Jakovic is giving this everything he can. Jakovic is almost there. Blanc hanging on for dear life. Hudson doing the same. Only 200 meters now to go until Hudson gets some respite from the awful, painful cobbles that are on this final rise to the finish. Jakowiak of Poland in the background. Hudson turns left. He will see 1,000 meters to go. Jakowiak of Poland is the rider who's got the strength and has got the drive. Johan Blanc in second wheel is still hanging on. His fingernails are almost letting go of the cliff edge. 800 meters now to go. Belgium get ready. Eritrea get ready as well. Is this going to come back together? Harry Hudson, 10 seconds now for this British rider. No British rider has ever won the Junior World Men's Road Race Championship. This rider needs to sprint and sprint flat out because the chase is coming behind. He's got this awful, brutal, leg-sapping final rise to the finish line here in Kigali. Can he do it? He attacked with 36 kilometers to go, and he can see the 300 meters to go point. This Sheffield youngster may well bring this ride home. He checks one more time. He's still got the advantage through the heat haze here in Kigali. It has been a brutal bike race, but this rider looks like he is going to solo to an incredible victory. Harry Hudson of Great Britain now feels a bit of respite, the final rise, and now he believes because he checks. He's been so close to being caught in the last 36 kilometers. He sits up, he celebrates. What a way to win a world title. 36 kilometers solo in Kigali. Harry Hudson is world champion. Jakowiak of Poland is looking for the silver medal, but it's going to be France with Johan Blanc. Blanc takes the silver, Jakowiak takes the bronze. What a day this has been. Great Britain take 4th place and they celebrate. Max Heinz takes 4th.
That is what we call a good day at the office.
Yes!
Riders in the top 5 and cap it off a world championships title. Wow.
That was special. When you see a rider who's got riders 10 seconds behind him and yet he still refuses to give in. What a performance.
Unbelievable, Harry. Unbelievable, mate. Outstanding. Mate, unbelievable.
Well, the British coaches saying it was unbelievable. It was, because this rider has ridden solo for 36 kilometers.
Ready?
Good lad. Mads, outstanding,
What
mate.
a finish.
Outstanding. Mate, outstanding. Absolutely outstanding.
This is the moment when he went. He just looked and he believed and he went solo. And he's done this in races before. His favourite attack seems to be around 40 kilometres out. Absolutely amazing. What came down to 15 riders within 30 seconds. Harry Hudson wins it by 16 seconds from Johan Blanc, with Jan Jakovic of Poland in third. Great Britain get first, fourth and fifth. Well, here's the result of the men's junior road race. Harry Hudson wins in 2 hours 55 minutes ahead of the Frenchman Johan Blanc, with Jan Jakovic of Poland in third. Great Britain take fourth and fifth with Hines and Peace, Belgium in sixth. Then it was the top 10 made up of the rest of those riders you can see. The average speed of that ride, 40.829 kilometres an hour. Well, we wait to hear from Harry Hudson now as he makes his way to the podium. I think everybody, no matter what nationality they are, I'm marvelling at the way that this youngster won that bike race.
I think we're just going to go through the mix zone stuff. We might not have to do that so much, because we might just be going straight to podium stuff. But I'm sure you'll have plenty after.
Red is allowed in. Do you have a red?
This is the moment where Harry Hudson went away on Kigali Golf Climb and solos to the win. Even then, look, behind him, the riders were still coming. There were moments where the gap had dropped right down to 14, 15 seconds, and yet he still refused to let them come back. That was an exceptional performance. Absolutely exceptional.
Harry Hudson, you're world champion, junior world champion. Can you first of all believe it?
Probably still setting in. I don't really know what's happening. I'm a bit, yeah, I don't know. Just happy.
Because you took off from really far away. Was that planned, first of all?
No, I just saw in the moment that people were sitting up, and it had been quite hard up that climb, so I just went, thought some of us would go, and I just settled in and decided to see where it would go. I thought I was going to get caught with like a lap to go or something, because there was people quite close, and then it just ended up staying away. And yeah, I was really suffering on the final climb. I think it was a French guy behind, but yeah, I just managed to stay away.
When did you actually feel that you were going to win it?
About just after the cobbles, I realised, or maybe the flat bit in the cobbles, I realised that the French person was dropping back, and I was looking like I was going to the line.
When you look at the list of junior world champions before you, the likes of Remco Evenepoel and many others, to win this title, to win it in Africa must mean a lot.
Yeah, in Africa's crazy, first one in Africa, but yeah, just winning a world title is amazing, so yeah, I don't really know what to say.
What do you hope for your future?
Making cycling a career, we'll see where it goes. Yeah, I don't know, just riding a bike, that's what I love.
And enjoy that podium. Thank you very much, Harry. Thanks a lot.
Well, there's someone special from Great Britain to cheer him here.
Really amazing.
A long way.
It's so nice to have you in my room. I was like, fuck, I'm going there. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
So good. It's really good. It's hard course, huh?
Yeah, I was so happy when I saw the course.
Yeah.
I thought it was a flatter finish, I thought it would come to a group, and then when I saw it was an uphill finish, I was like, yeah.
But you knew you were going to go from that far out, or it was just in the moment?
That was just in the moment.
Yeah.
I decided, it was sat up and I decided to go, and then...
Yeah, do you have a problem before?
What a lovely moment there. Mark Cavendish, whose hotel is the same as mine. Mark Cavendish was watching in his hotel room, and he said, and I won't repeat quite what he said, I have to get there. So he walked across to just see this young British rider win the world title. And look at Cav's reaction. He knows just what a ride that was. 36 kilometres solo at 1,500 metres of altitude over those climbs with the best juniors in the world chasing you. That is something special. And as he said, oh, I'd like to make bike racing a career. I tell you, the agents who are around here right now, if he's not signed to an agent, will be queuing up to sign this youngster, because what he's just done on a bike here in Kigali is something exceptional. We wait for the podium presentation now. The riders are just getting ready for this podium presentation. Well, he believed once he got over the cobbles that it was his day. Fantastic sprint between these two riders for second and third place. Johan Blanc really deserved a medal today. We've mentioned him so many times. We're almost ready for this podium presentation now. Still riders coming in to finish. So far we've had 60 riders cross the line. I've just seen the UAE rider Yusuf Amiri finish in 60th place. Don't forget, today we have another race coming up. We'll bring you the under 23 road race this afternoon. Well, very late morning and into the afternoon. Blanc in second wheel is still hanging on. His fingernails are almost letting go of the cliff edge. 800 metres now to go. Belgium get ready. Eritrea get ready as well. The sight of Harry Hudson. Stamping his way up the final 300 metres. He's a great climber.